Hello, and welcome back to Celeb Corner. 50 Cent is without a doubt one of the most iconic and successful rappers in the hip-hop world. He's not had an easy road to success and has come a long way from being unknown to one of the biggest names in the industry. And while his rise to stardom has been full of obstacles, 50 Cent has found himself in some pretty challenging situations over the years. Some of these situations were really controversial, and in this video, we look at a few of these controversial moments. Stay tuned. Before we dive into 50 Cent's controversies during his career, let's take a brief look at what made 50 Cent so rough in the first place. Curtis Jackson, popularly known as 50 Cent, was born in the Jamaican neighborhood of Queens. From early childhood, he was involved in the world of crime. With aspirations of becoming a professional boxer, he began boxing at the age of 11. But life had other plans, and by the age of 12, he was on the streets hustling, trying to make ends meet. Today, Cent is known for his business acumen. However, he had that talent from a young age when he looked to make a quick buck selling drugs. Although it was a risky business, it brought in enough money and he was able to afford the many things he wanted. At the time, 50 Cent lived with his grandmother since his mom died when he was just 8. They were a broke family, and his mother also dealt in narcotics to ensure their survival. As such, 50 Cent grew up to be tough and fearless, and it is no surprise he had no fear of the consequences of his actions later on during his music career that would eventually make him an icon. Tierra Marie case. If you remember the 50 Cent and Tierra Marie sex tape row in which Cent reportedly shared a picture of Marie giving neck to millions of his followers to see. According to various news outlets, 50 Cent reposted the image on his page in a savage manner saying this reality TV stuff is going too far. What are you doing this for? It is believed that 50 Cent had a big problem with Marie, but even if he did, this was a bit overboard. Anyway, the picture was a huge controversy, and Tierra Marie held an emotional press conference and went public with her lawsuit against 50 Cent. Now, Marie hired Hall of Fame popular Hollywood lawyer Lisa Bloom. Now here's the gangster moment. 50 Cent reportedly knew the lawyer's mother, and when he was being sued by Marie, it made it so funny because 50 Cent was cool with the lawyer's mother, and he even said this, "Lisa Bloom, don't let me tell your mom," and he posted a picture of him and her mom. Ultimately, the case was closed without any charge against 50 Cent. 50 Cent's song passes the whole rap industry. In 1999, 50 Cent was eager to drop his debut album Power of the Dollar on Columbia Records, but the project was stuck in development hell with no release date in sight. It was eventually shelved. 50 had an idea that would help create a buzz for himself, with poke of track masters on the boards and a cameo from the Mad Rapper, aka Derek D. Angel T. Fifth created How to Rob, a controversial track on which he raps about robbing some of the biggest names in rap, including Diddy, Jay-Z, Lil Kim, Busta Rhymes, Will Smith, Missy Elliott, Maze, and many others. Although 50 said that he created the song as a joke, it prompted ire among his rap peers. Imagine passing an entire industry with a song. Only 50 Cent is gangsta enough to do that, challenging the New York Police Department. When it comes to beef, 50 Cent is not afraid to get down and dirty with his adversaries. Case in point, 50 Cent versus the New York Police Department. Back in 2018, 50 jumped on Instagram and boldly proclaimed that the NYPD are the biggest gang in New York. This prompted former Deputy Inspector Emmanuel Gonzalez during roll call to reportedly tell his fellow officers to shoot him on sight, referring to the Queens rapper. From there, 50 launched a social media campaign to have him fired. 2 years later, Gonzalez was transferred to the NYPD's Auxiliary Police Section, which reportedly is considered a demotion from his former position, much to 50's delight. In March of this year, reports surfaced that Gonzalez reportedly was looking to sue 50 Cent for defamation. Clowns Rick Ross for being a correctional officer. 50 Cent has warred with several rappers in his illustrious rap career, including Rick Ross. According to Rose, the beef started after 50 looked at him the wrong way at the 2008 BET Hip Hop Awards. Ross then went on to diss the Queens rapper on his 2009 song Mafia Music. In response, 50 vowed to ruin Ross's rap career for the fun of it after photos and documents surfaced of him being a Florida correctional officer. 50 released several controversial cartoons dubbed Officer Ricky, aimed at the Miami rapper via his website, thisis50.com. Although Ross would later admit that he did work as a correctional officer, he brushed off 50's brickbats and nicknamed him Curly. That brings us to the end of today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.